Welcome to Storytime with Tallulah. Today's reading comes from r/TIFU, or Today I Effed Up. Our first story is titled TIFU by Swimming in a Florida Spring. When I close my eyes, I can still hear the screams. This was a few years ago. Took the family to Ginny Springs, a beautiful Florida water spot for a day of swimming and a little picnic. So as I was swimming in the crystal clear water, watching my son floundering around in his water wings and just having a good old time, my son suddenly stopped, pointed at the water and said, "Look, Daddy, a lizard!" I looked over and saw that no, it was not a lizard that was swimming over to us, it was a snake. After a quick examination, I realized that this was a water moccasin, and a large one at that, heading right for us. So, yelling for my son to back away, I waded out to grab him and drag him back to shore. The snake was making a beeline for us, which is weird because most of the time they avoid human contact. I started to splash water at it, trying to slow it down enough so I could reach the shore before it got too close. So, as I was backing up, slapping water at a poisonous snake with one hand and dragging a laughing child who had no idea what was going on with the other, I reached close enough to the shoreline to grab a branch that had fallen from a tree. It was long and pretty sturdy. It was perfect for what needed to be done. So as the snake got in close, I went all caveman on it and bashed it a dozen times with the branch. It worked. The snake started to float away, dead as a doornail. I then realized that all the people swimming around us in this water would not take too kindly to bumping into a 4-foot dead moccasin. So using the branch, I launched the snake for a stretch of woods off to my right. Well, I guess the snake was not balanced right on the branch, and I was full of adrenaline. So instead of the woods, the snake flew high into the air, drifting off to the right where, plop, it landed square on a picnic table. To make matters worse, it landed on a pile of shoes that a Girl Scout troop had left when they went wading in the water. "Oh crap!" was all I could think as I began to quickly swim across the spring to remove the snake from the table, but as I was swimming I heard them, the giggles and laughter of little 12-year-old girls returning to get their shoes. I stopped cold. I was too late. I began to swim away, trying to hide myself as I saw the first curly-haired head approach the table. There was laughing, there was chatting and talking, then there was a pause. And that is when the screaming started. If you have ever heard a dozen 12-year-old girls scream in horror as they saw a large bloody snake draped across their shoes, I cannot even begin to explain the sound. Even as I dove underwater, I heard the screaming. Sometimes at night, I still hear the screams. Oh my gosh. Hey, well you saved, at least the snake wasn't alive, so, oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. At least you're safe. You and your kid are safe. I'm glad everyone's safe. Our next story is titled TIFU by Shaving My Butt and Joining My Friend Group's Best Butt Competition while being a guy. So first of all, I'm a 19-year-old guy and everyone involved in the butt competition was between the ages of 18 and 20. All to count is I don't want my friends to know my actual Reddit account. So it all started around a week ago when some girls in my friend group came together and started drinking. They started boasting about their butt, and next thing you know, they wanted to do a best butt competition. I wasn't there, so I don't know details, but we were sent a message in a group chat. Rules were simple. If you wanted to join, you just had to send a pic of your butt to this certain girl who would present them anonymously to 8 guys, and they would all vote for the picture of the best butt. Well, I thought it would be funny to join, but I knew that they wouldn't take it seriously because my butt is naturally extremely hairy. So I did the most logical thing at the time. I shaved it. I took the shaving equipment I normally use for my face, switched to knives, and went ham. Well, this is where the first problem came in. The stupid person I am didn't lock the door. My mom walked in on me shaving my butt. She just awkwardly wiggled away and I turned extremely red. She didn't say anything, so I thought she would just ignore it. Well, she didn't. She started Googling. That evening, she asked me to come to the dinner table to talk. My father ran away, so I knew it would be bad, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. She wanted to talk about intercourse safety in a homosexual relationship. Keep in mind, I'm not actually gay. She was extremely well prepared. Highlights of that evening were practicing with a condom and a cucumber. Oh, and the dangers of gay sex without lube. And a brief summary of objects I should definitely not put in my bum, such as lamps and beer bottles. She would not listen to any of my denying and would just say, "It's okay, your dad and I still love you." Hey, at least they're supportive, right? I mean, that's nice that they're supportive and they still love you. I thought the worst was over, so I sent a picture of my shaven butt to the girl that was collecting them. 2 days later, the 9 pictures of all the contestants were sent, all without any distinguishable features, to the 8 boys. So one thing you should know is that I do have quite a good butt. I got pretty good genes in that aspect, and I've been skating since I was 14. I now skate around 60 kilometers a week, and skating is an incredible way to get a firm, round butt of decent size. You can probably see where this is going. I won with a total of 5 out of 8 votes. 1 picture got 2 votes, and 1 got 1 vote. The fallout from this was not that big. Some of the more prideful girls wanted to start some drama, but they didn't want to admit their butt loss to a boy. I didn't talk a lot with them anyway, and COVID makes drama a little more difficult, so that was simply ignored by most of us. Our mixed-gendered trip to a lake when lockdown would end did turn a guys-only trip, as some of the girls suddenly didn't really feel like going, and the rest didn't want to go to a lake with such a one-sided girl-boy ratio. I do want to say that most of the girls did think it was hilarious on some sort of level, and the one that didn't are famous in our group for being extremely prideful. It is, however, extremely awkward to talk with most of them, as they now look at my butt quite frequently. It doesn't stop with this, by the way. I was gaming with my friends today, and we started talking about the butt competition. We kept it anonymous which butt was from what person, and the people that voted didn't know who won yet, and I did not know who the guys that voted were. Well, the guy I was gaming with happened to be one of the people voting. He said he couldn't choose between 2, and so he started wanking and voted for the one he on. I said something along the lines of, "That's gross as F." He then said something like, "You would understand if you saw the butt," and then proceeded to send the picture he voted for via Snapchat. It was mine. I didn't tell him, but I now have to live with the knowledge that a good friend of mine wanked it onto a picture of my shaven bum. Edit. Alright, this became a lot more popular than I thought it would be. I'm happy my awkward life is amusing random strangers on the internet. First, a little update. The guy has probably seen this post and recognized it, as he just sent me a text which states, "Sorry, nothing more." He won't answer any texts from me or my friends. I'll try again tomorrow. Yes, my mom is a great person. She was raised in an extremely strict Catholic household. She stayed a Catholic, going to church twice a week, but never wanted her kids to feel forced to be anything they're not. One thing some people seem to misunderstand is that my butt is extremely incredible to win against cheerleaders, actresses, and models. My friend group exists out of the D&D players, the art kids, and the alternative crowd. Even though we have some incredibly beautiful people here, we were never the jaw-dropping popular crowd, which is okay, as we always had fun. I am not a dude with a Brazilian woman's butt. Also, thanks for the medals and the tips for caring after my shaven bum. I didn't think about aftercare until you guys said anything. Also, I'm not posting pictures of my butt so that thousands of strangers can see it. Sorry, but I'm just not risking it. Edit number 2. Fine, you guys win. You know how many requests I've got for butts? Way too many. Absolutely abnormal. I don't want my bare bum to end up on the internet, so I'll make one wearing something where you can see the shape of it tomorrow. Freaking perverts. For now, I'll go to sleep. Edit number 3. So first, the updates. My friend said he is actually straight. He is still a little quieter than usual, but he can see the joke. Hope it taught him to not wank it to random people. My mom loves you guys. I told her the whole story, minus the part about my friend splooging. She thought it was funny and said that she believed me to be bisexual for a long time and thought that me shaving was me getting ready for butt stuff. She wanted to have that talk for quite some time. Some people don't understand how the competition was played. The girl I sent my picture to was not a contestant, but more of a referee. She sent it to 8 guys that were not a part of the friend group and told them that these were of a few of her friends and they should pick out their favorite. Later, she sent the results. It was a complete coincidence that my friend was a voter. The TIFU continued, by the way. My butt is itching, like a lot. Dang it. Lastly, you know what? I'm not going to send the pictures. Some of you guys are absolute beasts. What the F? In the time that I was sleeping, I got multiple messages from old men between the age of 50 and 70 talking about what they would do to my butt. I do not want them, or any of the other disgusting butt people, to have pictures of my butt. Add to that some people that have been spamming me for complete nudes. Just because you are an anonymous does not mean you can be a disgusting pest. If it was for the laughs, it would be okay, but some of you actually scare me. One guy even found my main account. How? I feel truly sorry for the girls on this platform, as I completely understand why anyone would delete their account. Sorry to all the people that were just curious or thought it was funny, but I am just not comfortable with it anymore. I hope you understand. Yeah, some people are, it's the internet, you got all sorts of characters out there. some are little... Our next story is titled, TIFU by not cleaning my belly button for 15 years. I guess I never really thought to do it. I just assumed soap would get in there. Throughout my life, I never liked sticking my finger in it because I would feel these weird crusty masses. When I was younger, I always assumed they were leftover from my umbilical cord. Pretty dumb, right? Well, today it came up in a conversation. My mom demanded I go take a shower and clean it up. After 5 minutes of light and uncomfortable scrubbing, I wasn't getting anywhere. I literally had to use tweezers to pull out black crusty masses from inside my belly button that had been there for 15 years. It was disgusting. There were many of them that wouldn't come out easily. I had to start pulling, which hurt. To this day, I don't really know exactly what they were. They didn't seem like dirt. Today, I can happily share that my belly button is currently clean and healthy. Oh my goodness. Edit. I'm sure you're all going to check your belly button now. Lol. Edit number 2. A lot of people are asking about a scent. It had none, and nobody ever told me they smelled anything. Edit number 3. Alright, when I say I didn't clean it, I don't mean it was protected from soap and water. I would take my hand and brush around and over the belly button area, just not inside. Also, the black crusties were like fuzz from shirts mixed with skin oil, so you can all relax. Plus, I'm sure plenty of you have done things far more disgusting. This is Reddit, not high school. Have a laugh. I bet a lot of people were freaking out and thought like something really serious happened. I mean, it's disgusting. It really is. I'm glad you're okay and you're healthy, but yeah, that is just disgusting. Alrighty then. Well, that's it today. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you enjoy these types of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you know when more videos come out. If you'd like to join our Discord community, it's an amazing place with a lot of cool people. The link for that's in the description below, along with all of my other social media links, if you'd like to follow me on different places on the internet as well. Thank you all for your continued support. It truly means a lot. I hope you're staying safe out there. And with that being said, we'll see you next time.